So this video is integrated 3, a review for the chapter 10 quiz number 1. So on the first problem here, we have a sequence, arithmetic sequence. We have to figure out what we're doing. So from -8 to -19, what we're doing is our common difference is going to be a -11. I'm minusing 11. So when they're asking us for the nth term on letter A, that means they want us to write the explicit equation. A sub n is equal to our first term, which is -8 minus 11, because that's what I'm doing, times n minus 1. That is going to be our equation. Now we're going to use that equation on part B to figure out how many terms are in this series. So I'm going to go -107, because that's my a sub n, is equal to -8 minus 11 times n minus 1. And we're going to solve this. So I am going to add 8 to both sides. So when I take -107 and add 8, I end up with -99 is equal to -11 times n minus 1. Dividing both sides by -11, so I get 9 is equal to n minus 1. Add 1, so I get 10 is equal to n. So it's the 10th term. Now, in this problem, they asked us step by step, what is the nth term, or the equation, basically, to find the nth term. What term is -107? Really, what they could have done is just gone straight down to letter C and said, find the sum of the series. Now, if they had done that without asking us these bits and pieces, you still would have had to find these, okay, in order to do this. So now to find the sum, I'm going to do S sub n is equal to n times my first term plus my last term divided by 2. Okay, so for us, I want S sub 10. We're having 10 terms. My first term is a -8, and I'm going to add a -107, which I can just write as -107 divided by 2. So when I take 10, it's a little bit here. Times the quantity, -8 minus 107, close my parenthesis, divided by 2, I got a -57, and that's what my sum of all of those terms is. So now let's take a look at number 2. So on number 2, what we're doing is, this is also an arithmetic sequence, okay? On this one, my common difference is a 0.3. I'm adding 0.3. So when they ask me for the general term, a sub n is equal to my first term, which is 6.5, plus 0.3 times n minus 1. That is our nth term, the equation. How many terms? So I'm going to put 41 is equal to 6.5 plus 0.3 times n minus 1. I'm going to take 41 minus 6.5, and I end up with 34.5. Make it actually look like a 5. 34.5 is equal to 0.3 times n minus 1. I'm going to divide by 0.3, and I get 115 is equal to n minus 1. Then I'm going to add 1, and I get 116 is equal to n. So it's my 116th term. So then on the next portion of this, they are asking us to find the sum. So I'm going to do, again, S sub n is equal to n times my first term plus my last term divided by 2. So we want S sub 116. And so I'm going to take 116 times my first term, which is 6.5, plus my last term, which is 41, divided by 2. So when I put that into my calculator, I am going to have 116 times 6.5 plus 41 divided by 2. And I end up with the sum being 2,755. So my last one. So for this one, we know that there's 13 terms. Okay, they tell us that there's 13 terms and that the last term is, well, not last term, but the last number in this is 123, and that the sum is 897. And we want to find the first term. So I'm going to use S sub n is equal to n times a1 plus a sub n divided by 2. So I'm going to have 897 is equal to 13 times a sub 1, which I don't know, and my a sub n is 123 divided by 2. So what I'm going to do, let me just move this real quick. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take 897 times 2. And so I get 1794 is equal to 13 times A1 plus 123. I'm going to divide by 13 and I get 138. I am going to minus 123 and I get 15 is equal to A1. So my first term is 15. And this is what the quiz is going to look like. So if you can do these problems, again, without help, without watching the video, without notes, you're ready for the quiz.